Hello, welcome to another episode of Commander Fodder. So as usual, prior to this episode I went on to MTGen and generated 6 virtual booster packs from Invasion Block, because that's where we're up to. And in the rares was a Captain Sisay. So I figured, well, might as well go with that. As I've been doing recently, I've kept the core seed very, very minimal. So in this instance, there's no commander to choose because there was one there, so I picked that. And so we just have the commander and 36 land, 18 each of the appropriate colours of mana as a starting point. And I just want to see where this is going to take me, because that's what I'm trying to do with these, sort of leave them as open-ended as possible in these particular episodes, as contrast to other ones I've done building commander decks using, assisted ably by the edhrec algorithm that this utilises to come up with card suggestions. And I'm finding fascinating when I keep it pretty simple in terms of the potential rabbit holes that I can go down. Now, saying that, obviously, I'm going to go for a legend theme here. Search your library for a legend or legendary card, reveal that card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. It's cards 2 and a 2 green white to cast, and it's a 2/2. Now, in addition to the Legends theme for a commander deck that crops up on edhrec, there's also Historic. They're the two main ones. I noticed there's also themes like Humans, Planeswalkers and +1/+1 counters listed, but they have a fairly small number of decks on edhrec that this is a commander for. So no doubt lots of legendary creatures and smatterings of other utility. So let's dive in. I mean, there's probably a few key legendary, cards which have really cool utility in green and white, which I could add at this point, but I'm just opting not to. So we'll start off fairly high, but let's just look at our mana base. I think I'm going to do this. Let's see what mana it suggests in terms of fixing for green-white. Also, as we're in green, we get to benefit from things like Cultivate. Shows where I'm right. I should probably run Swords and Path to Exile. And that makes a lot of sense in this deck. So we'll start off with that. And I also need to change the view. Right. Let's trim this down a little bit. We will revisit lands later. I also must remember I've had several monocolour decks, so I must remember for this one, because it's 2 colour, to make sure I rebalance this based on the casting requirements. Okay, let's dive into some creatures. So, you Planeswalkers you try. Sounds good. What do we want in here? Opponent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to opponent you control. Yeah, let's just make everything in our deck much more unpleasant. Let's fill it with super powerful spells. Well, super powerful legendary, should I say. And then some utility stuff. So now we've really sort of forced the hand of chance a little bit. Let's see where we end up. We really are locking down our opponents here. No doubt this is probably be quite an expensive deck. Right. Artifact time. So, Soul Ring, Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot Boots. Yeah, I'll do it for the moment. Okay. Enchantments. What do we want? Aura Shards, yeah. Okay, instance. Worldly Tutor would be nice. Instance. Yep. So now, once we switch to sorceries, we should see some of our ramp. Well, this is pretty much building itself. Right. Let's have a look at some planeswalkers, see if there's anything interesting. Right, it goes up called over here. Yep. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power. Discover mana cost. Looks like this is a bit of a fun police deck. What was that? I'm curious if this just had what the artwork was on this. So I'm not super familiar with the set. What's the one with? How much were they then? 16. Yeah, they're all $16.99. Okay. What to do next? This is the question. It looks like I don't need to adjust the land base that much. So, what do we do? Just really load up on creatures now, I suppose. So there's a number of mana dorks we can add in here. I suppose these three. You may cast angel spells and human spells. I was leaving that a little bit late because I didn't necessarily want to go in that direction. I suppose we've got a lot of high casting cost stuff, so she probably run that sort of stuff. Interesting removal. Put that in now. Grand Abolisher. Grand Elf. Right. Two more cards. And then we'll start looking at utility lands and such like. Swapping them out with the basic lands. But what I think I'll do now for the remaining two is go in and get it to suggest every sort of card. Now let's put a City of Brass in, seeing as it was featured this week. In the deck we were looking at for the Deck Musings episode. take this down. Actually, before I do that, let me... Oh yeah, it's pretty close. Right. There we go. 100 cards, cool. Okay. What's our curve look like? Yeah. It says the average mana value is 2.92, so not too bad. So it looks like the strategy is just get stuff out, lock our opponent down, make their life miserable, and then just swing. Right. Sounds like a sound strategy. Okay, let's look at some sample hands, shall we? Two Forest, Canopy Vista. Okay. Unless you control two or more, so it probably doesn't really matter. Is there anything I can play yet anyway? Probably not. I just really want that out. It'll come into play tapped. Play a forest. It's more than one non-creature spell each turn. So I could get that out. I mean, obviously it's going to affect me, but I have more creatures, so. Right. We've got ramp, we got removal, we got Thalia, which we will get out. Okay, well, this is looking good. Get that out. So every time I play a legendary card, we get to draw a card. Yeah, we can search for basic lands. That's cool. I do really need planes though. That's the only thing. So maybe I should cast that. Planes out, play cards, and then one goes in my hand. And then shuffle. Boom. Out. And it's legendary, so I get to draw a card. Cool. So it looks really interesting. Okay. Yeah. Halfling out. And so on. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Let's do another hand. I don't know if there's much to see with this deck. It's just play stuff, lock your opponent down, play more stuff, swing, repeat. Green. Yeah, I can search for a creature card. We've got blinded obedience, so I can start extorting. What fun. I don't really know that there's that much to see really with this, because it just looks so interesting and so miserable for the opponent at the same time. So we're getting, our hands are great in terms of land, no problem at all. I mean, I bet we'll have a look. I bet it's an expensive deck. Yeah, City of Brass. So 2 lander, but 2 cards are castable already, including a Birds of Paradise. Although of course that will probably get bolted, but there you go. And then we've got Azusa, so you can probably get that out fairly quickly. Have an Aven Mindcensor. Everything is good in the world. Cool, okay. I think I've seen all I need to see. Yeah, not cheap. And obviously there are, budgetary constraints I suppose you could introduce, creature wise. Obviously maybe bringing in cheaper legendaries with other utilities you'd want to explore. Instance we'd have to lose, there's quite a lot of slightly more expensive stuff in here. Our land base is, what's the most expensive piece of land there? It's $20. Because again, the problem with this is that it doesn't always come up with, so it's going to make stuff more expensive, unfortunately. Yeah. So there we have it. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in a future episode.